What up, everyone? Welcome back to the Saloon Media Group channel. I'm Rowie Plays, and let's just get into a few updates. I know I said I wouldn't do another update video ever again. We're at that stage, though, that you guys need to kind of be let into on a few things. Sorry. Firstly, you might be wondering, why no fire episodes today? You know, you didn't finish the game yesterday. Why is this coming out instead of an episode? That's a good question. For those of you who have played the game, or at least familiar with it, and have been following on with the series, you'll realize that I didn't have any more repair nodes. I kind of tossed out what I did have and threw it into the furnace 3 episodes ago, minimum. Turns out you need them. Anyone watching the series will know that my reactor is my engine is overheating immediately as soon as you get one burst of fire into that engine. So the stage I'm at, you need to be able to activate the boost. I can't charge up enough to get the boost, so I'm wasting my time. I've realized this, so what I'm going to do is re-record. Not re-record, but I'm going to restart the game and play again, get up to that stage, and just do longer videos, and I'll release them in the future. By future, I mean hopefully fucking soon. Excuse my language on that one. I'm going to do a very similar thing with the Dragon Age series as soon as I can figure out what the exact hitch with the first one was. It's been 7 months at least, and I'm still having an issue figuring that out. I don't believe it would have been an issue with the DLC because this is the console copy that I was playing. So there is an issue. Sorry, moving second screen. There is an issue with it in total because why would I not be able to change that factor? So I'm going to try without the DLC, which means yes, no shale, but that means that I might be playing it for a month straight before I get to the spot where I was at, which means I'm not going to know what's going on with shale or whether that's the issue. It also means that I'm probably going to die quite a few times first because, as many of you remember, shale was a motherfucking badass. Got me out of a lot of tight spots. Because his health was just so hard to penetrate. Going back to a human, that's going to be difficult. But we'll get there, we'll figure it out, we'll fucking move. With that being said, we're going to change kind of the outlook on how they're done. So there'll be, instead of being an hour-long video, there'll be close to the 2-hour mark. So the goal is then an hour and 45 minutes worth of gameplay and then 15 minutes before, after, middle. We'll figure it out. These will be fully edited videos, that is the intention, but it'll be a case of I will film the entire game, edit the increments, and then at that point, I will throw them on a schedule, figure out how often I want to release an episode, so it could be once a week, and then however many episodes need to be placed. I do not have any idea on how long the game takes. Naturally, I will look that up and I'll kind of have more of an idea then. So it's like 2 episodes an hour, 2-hour episodes, 1 episode a week. This could be a 3-month series, or it could be an 8-month series. I don't know because I don't have the time under my head. But if it's going to be something like 8 months at once a week, I would do it like twice a week, see how long that'll take. Just kind of work it out that way. I also have the Mass Effect series that I will complete in that very same fashion, and also the Jedi Fallen Order series in that fashion as well. Yakuza will then take place as my mainstay on the channel of just record and release day by day. Although I may do that entirely the exact same way as well. I'm not sure. But by that point, I would have games that I might have 4 games a day, 4 games a week that are releasing on a 2-hour standpoint, in 2-hour increments that might take 4 or 5 months to release all of it. But in that time, like, it might take me a month to record 1 game if I'm doing it that way, and then plus editing because I do everything myself so far, and then go from there. So that may take some time. They'll all be on a hard drive. We'll figure out from there and release increments bit by bit. At least put it all on the schedule. But from there, that gives me, oh look, here's 2 months where I can knock out and I can just play video games and record them. And I've got a series done, edited, on the schedule for after that. So I may be 2-3 months ahead of myself at all times. This is good, especially in the case of, you know, if something happens in the world and all of a sudden it's like I'm playing a Russian game This is an example, purely example. If I'm playing a game that's very heavily Russian inspired, the whole war in the Ukraine, I can pull that episode or privatize it until further notice, and then replace that slot on the schedule. This is the idea. I can also then put in place reviews here and there, where basically filler episodes. Reviews I want to do heavily. As I said, my eventuality is I want to be a review channel for tech. The gameplay is kind of how I'm going. This may become the Robbie Plays channel eventually, and then I'll have to. Actually, no, this won't be the Robbie Plays. This will be the SMG forever. And the Robbie Plays channel might be something else I start, and then from then onward, I put gameplay there. But that will entirely depend on just how we go. I am going to throw this up rather quickly. Here is my QR code for my webpage. For anything SMG, it's all up in this little guy here. So I forget that my screen's not quite wide. But yeah, everything is going to be up on that webpage. I'm going to leave it there for longer. I know a lot of places like, here's my webpage, and the second later it's gone. It's going to be there while we talk. So it's going to have things on there like my email, Instagram, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, PayPal, which will be replaced by Kickstarter, and I'll explain that later on. And also a link to the RP Apparel clothing company shop. It also has above a mailing address for anything you guys want to send me. That also includes potential future sponsor deals, stuff like that. These are all things that I'm very heavily wanting to do. I just, at this point, don't know how. I'm learning. I'm very much a student of the game in the fact that this is what I want to do. I want to be able to grow my channel. Heavily think that if I could be able to get monetized, I could push more and I can make this channel better. I mean, for one, monetize it, I can then start paying Fiverr artists because I don't have an editor currently, so I might be able to get them edited, my videos edited that way, or I can learn. I can take some courses. If I'm doing well monetization-wise, I can pay an editor. You know, I can also pay Fiverr artists to then start doing my introductions, my outros, any art sections I need. This will also take place in the fact of, like, perfect example, my Dragon Age series. I don't know if you guys remember the very first episode, I had a little small snippet of a video that I let play. And it was a Dragon Age character. I think it was meant to be Liliana, but she was running through the battlefield, taking people down. And then she jumped on a rock, did a flip, and as she landed, I would play the episode number and then title if it had one. I think I ditched that idea after the first one. But that was the point. I did all of that through OBS. I would have them marked up on what I wanted, and then I would hit the button at the right moment so an image would pop up on the screen. Similar to, you know, this. That's all through my Stream Deck on OBS. And then, we can get rid of that now. I would have the same thing for the image, so I would drop one image, put another one up, and I would have to change that every episode to get it done. That was the easiest way of editing that I knew at that time. But I'm pretty sure I ditched that after like the first episode. It was a pain in the ass. And I also had no confidence in it because the lettering obviously never matched what I was doing, and I couldn't guarantee I could do that for every single series I did. Although, as I said, going forward, this is what I want to do. I do want to get intros, outros, ad reads coming in as well. You know, you can see this guy a lot more. I will also work on getting that one changed as well. But yeah, there's a few things I need to get sorted into organization, and it's just it shouldn't take this long. I agree, but as you guys have all seen, I've been here and there with my releases. This is now the final push to keep going. You know, even if it's just a 5-10 minute video here and there, like. As you've seen, my presence on TikTok has grown if you're someone who's come over from there now that the links are on the correct pages. Instagram, if you've seen me on Instagram and you've jumped over, same thing. Like, this is all promoting that I should have done months prior and I'm doing now. So, this is not easy for me. I'm not a very confident person as far as what I'm doing now. I feel like it's gotten easier. But it hasn't gotten to, it took too long, I would say. It took too long for me to get to the confidence level I'm at now. That being projecting myself. A lot of people joked around that, I use this as therapy. It kind of is. I reveal everything to you guys, even some things I shouldn't do. Like I've spoken about, money situations, like, oh, here's what I want to do with this, or here's an idea I have for the channel. I want to go this far with it. I should not have mentioned it at all, but it did. Happened. So this has taken a bit. A second channel might be something I do down the track. Definitely want to start one for RPA to kind of talk about it, but being that RPA comes under the Saloon Media Group umbrella, I think it's pretty relevant to keep here. Like I said, there will be a games channel eventually. And whether that be Saloon Media Gaming or it just be a Robbie Plays channel, I don't know. At this particular point, I do not know. I just know that once this channel gets up to monetization and I start doing more what I want this channel to be, and make sure I can keep that for monetization purposes, then this channel will be just basically the reviews and also maybe some animation, like ideas I've got in the future. I don't know whether I'll stick with the machinima style animation, because I don't know enough people to play No Man's Sky, and that was where I had the intention of doing it in. Rooster Teeth had Halo. A couple of people tried it in Call of Duty. How you do it in that, I don't know. I suppose multiplayer maps on the same LAN would probably work. But yeah, No Man's Sky was kind of my idea for it. I thought, you can tweak characters, you can change looks of characters more than just color, and I thought that would be an idea that go from there and just do a kind of like a Space Odyssey version. But then you still need to do certain missions in free play to get freighters. Like, you still had to do things, and that was an issue for me going forward, but we're figuring that out, and we're going to figure out where this channel goes. Until then, I'm more than happy to just keep playing games and talking with you guys and doing reviews of smaller things I've got coming up. So that's what I'm going to continue with, and I just thought I'd let you guys know now, kind of give you a bit of an update and also inform you guys that there is no more FAR for now. That will be the first game I finish, though. And then once that game is releasing, then I will release a bit of Yakuza whilst recording Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Jedi. List goes on. But we're going to see how we go on that one. The idea, like I said, the idea is to edit them and get everything full production, fully to where I want it to be happy with. That means some games in the meantime are going to lack that. This isn't a plan that I have permanently. It also means that a fair chance is I could release a whole bunch of one game that I'm playing currently to upload as I go, and I might be able to edit them and then re-upload them onto the schedule. Who knows? I don't currently. But that will be the plan going forward. Eventually there will be a drop in how often I'm on. I think we're now sitting on like 6 days straight of actually releasing content. I'm going to have a very quick look at that now, seeing as how I can get the page open. So let's see. So I have something played up as of the 27th of this month. That will be the final FAR episode that I have. You see, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 20. Okay, so from the 20th through to the 27th, I will have had a video coming out every day in that space. This will come out the 28th. So this is still very relevant. That gives me time. Tons of time. I have work tonight. I will come home from work and I'll knock out some videos. Made the conscious decision not to record yesterday when I got home from work, or today. I've had the whole morning off and I haven't really done much. Made the decision to take that time because I am extremely frustrated at how the last couple of videos went. Not happy about it. But, we move on. And that's something I've had to come to terms with, and very, very quickly. Also, the orientation of this office at the moment is not where I want it to be. As I said before, I want that to be my photo booth. Eventually, it will be my desk. Once the new desk is bought, purchased, built, set up, the lot. It's going to be a process, and we will talk about that later. Next video that I talk about, that I do a talking one of, will be all about the announcement for the RPA Kickstarter. I kind of want to put a bit of resurgence into the company and kind of see whether there is a bit of to and fro from it or not. So a Kickstarter will be started up for the RPA Apparel clothing company, just to get that base investment boost. And who knows, maybe if I don't know if they give you a list of the investors. I've never done Kickstarter before. So if I get a list of people that have gone in, I might just send merchandise out to them. Like it's going to need things like, equipment, computing parts. Most of the computer parts I've got on a computer just under my desk here, which I will go into depth with if this works out. But it will essentially be a orders computer and be where we process the orders, where any finalized art is kind of dealt with as far as setting up the cricket machine. Once I know more, you'll know more, and I will inform you on what I wish to. Like I said, focusing on what you guys necessarily need to know and keeping back all the financials. But this will be something that I do. I want to kick into that and make sure that I set up the company in the best way I can currently, doing it as an from home office. It also would go towards getting in blanks for things like shirts. Caps is something I want to do, and I'm very passionate about the idea of doing, but I would need to buy the hat extension to my heat press. Thankfully, it's only like $90. So it's not that expensive. I could do it on my own. Just if I don't have to, I won't, kind of thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna see how that goes. So it's like everything else. Starting from scratch, it is a process, but I will make it. I will get there. It's not gonna be overnight. I'm glad it's not gonna be overnight, because I do not think I could stick this out and actually make it work if that was the case. So we will see, and we'll go from there. So in the meantime, thank you to everyone who watched this video. If you enjoyed it and you are more than happy to find out how I'm doing, get a little bit of insight into the company, and if you're excited for the future, you can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Helps channel out a great deal, like you would not believe. I don't even think I believe. I'm still learning how the algorithm works. And also, comment down below, and if you want to hit me up on the webpage, it will be in the description, but it is also there yet again. Rewind a bit if you need to find it where I posted it last. And that is going to be it, guys. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully with another episode of FAR, hopefully one of the final few, but we'll see. See you later, guys. Have a good one.